And welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a vintage showgirl. I was inspired by some pictures I saw online, and of course the OG showgirl herself, Nomi Malone. Is that what her name was? I can't remember. I was also inspired by the picture that I have on my wall of a vintage showgirl. I've realized I've never done like a super glam look for Halloween, and I get not everyone wants to be like a Disney character or spooky, so I'm going to do this vintagey showgirl look, but honestly you could wear this with any kind of costume that just requires some kind of super glam. So I already put my brows on and I primed my eye, and now I'm just kind of mapping out the shape that I want with like a light brown shadow, and then I'm going to go in and darken it up later with some black from the Make It Forever Flash palette. But before I do that, I'm going to use a white base and just kind of carve out the inner corner of my eye. I just imagine a showgirl being like super dramatic, a lot of makeup, obviously, because they want you to be able to see their face all the way in the cheap seats, so that's why people pile makeup on. So I'm just kind of doing like this rounded eye look that's like super exaggerated. I'm using just white and black because I feel like those are the best two colors to use if you want to be like out there. So I'm just gonna let you guys watch this. I'm just gonna start with the white, set it of course, and then we're gonna go ahead and go in with a black shadow and just kind of trace over that original shape that we have. You make me Here I'm just taking that black from the Flash palette and drawing a C shape kind of right in the middle of my eye, and then we'll just fill the rest in with the black. For foundation, you can see this one, I don't know, to me it's like 47 shades darker than me. But I would think that as a showgirl you probably would wear a few shades darker just so that the lights don't wash you out completely. Like, I'm really talking like I'm about to go on stage and perform, but I don't know, I just like to try to do what I would do if my ass was a showgirl, so I would put on a little bit darker of foundation. So I'm gonna have to end up using some body foundation to match my neck to my face, and I used the KKW body, which I really do like this, and I think this shade is like light or light medium. They are pretty dark even like for the lighter shades, but again, I feel like if you were a real life showgirl you would be wearing body makeup, so we're just trying to stay authentic here. For contour, I'm going to use this, I forget what that Studio Fix stick or something from MAC, and I'm going to sculpt out a different cheek shape. I'm just going to try to make like my actual cheek, like not my hollow, but like the round apple part right here, just really pop. So I'm just going to exaggerate some shadows underneath it. I'm not going to fully blend out my contour either, just because I want you to be able to tell I have a different cheek shape. So I'm going to do that to both sides, again, just to make that apple pop. Alright, so after my face is complete, I'm just going to add some more, you know, touching up to the eyes. I always go back and forth to the eyes, so I'm just adding more white shadow, more black shadow, just intensifying. Also, I know it looks a little darker on one side than the other, but that's because there's not a light on the other side of my face. So it looks darker, but it's pretty much the same. For lashes, I'm going to use these from Eldora. I've been using these for like every single one of my Halloween looks. They're just like the most perfect Halloween lashes ever. She has a few different styles. I'm also going to use her lower lashes, which we'll be putting on in a second. Here, I'm just doing my under eye, and I'm extending my inner corner just a little bit just to give it more of an exaggerated eye look. And then we're going to go ahead and pop on some lower lashes after we get that, you know, situated. For my lower lashes, I'm just going to squeeze some eyelash glue into this little plastic container and let it sit there for a second so that it gets super tacky. It's going to make putting on your lower lashes a lot easier, so I'm just going to dunk my little 2 lash piece into the lash glue and then apply. It's going to stick super duper easy. You're not going to have any trouble. And I'm also sticking it to like my liner line and not my lower lash line, just so it's like more exaggerated. And then just sparkle it up a little bit. I'm going to add some jewels. I did about 7 underneath my lower lash line, and I think I did about 7 or 8 on the top of my brows, and then I just threw some random ones in on like my lids. I knew I was going to be wearing a headpiece, so I didn't want to put any like on the side of my face or like up near my hairline, but if you're not wearing a headpiece, you could totally do that. This is very time consuming, so just keep that in mind. If you do want to do this, it takes forever. So you can do any color lip you want, but come on, a showgirl is wearing a red lip. So I just made mine a little more on the darker side by just using a darker red lip line and then going over it with a bright red liquid lip. So after your lip is on, this look is complete. I will list my entire outfit in the bottom bar in case you guys, you know, want to wear this. I love the headpiece. I think it was like $10 and it really like turned the look out. Even though I kind of felt like a Glenda the Good Witch, I was still into it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you, and I will see you super duper soon in another video. Bye guys.